So welcome back to another episode of Motherhood is Ghetto. My name is Joy, and how y'all doing out there? If y'all doing all right, say amen, amen. So this is a little different, I know, but I got some announcements to make, amen. So if you're watching this for the first time, then welcome to the Motherhood is Ghetto podcast. This is the podcast where I talk about the beautiful side of motherhood, but also the ghetto side of motherhood, where I share my experiences and my stories, and just basically me speaking on how I navigate motherhood and also navigating this thing called life. The podcast itself has been living on Spotify and Apple Podcasts for the last 2 years. And I actually, when I first started this podcast, I did start it as a video podcast because it was when Spotify had just launched, like, you could upload video podcasts on the platform. So, like, it kind of cut out, like, you didn't need YouTube. But I started that way. Then I was like, I'm just going to go to audio. So that's how the podcast has been produced up until this point. Now, it's still going to be the audio versions on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. But I decided to launch this also on YouTube as a video podcast. So this is essentially the first episode of the video podcast, but there are like 55, 56 other episodes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts that are the audio. So welcome to YouTube. Welcome to Motherhood is Ghetto, the podcast on YouTube. This episode in particular, I want this to be the first episode that I started off as a video podcast because so if you've been listening, if you're not new here, hello, how you doing, mama? Actually, let me just start all over because I forgot to ask, how are y'all doing today? Are y'all all right? Man, it's February. The year is, for me at least, the year has been off to a good start. The week so far has been good for me. I hope y'all's week has been good. I hope y'all's day is going good. If it's not, then I pray that things turn around for the better for you today. Amen. But I wanted this podcast episode to be the first video podcast episode that I did. The Empowered Mama Planner for Moms is officially available on Amazon. And I wanted to take this opportunity, since we're in this setting, amen, to show you guys what this planner looks like. I'm going to take you page by page, word for word, bar for bar, amen. And we're going to go through the planner. I'm so proud of this planner, y'all. Like, every page, all the words, like, I created this planner by myself using Canva, amen. If you don't know about Canva, man, I don't know. I do almost everything, all my creative stuff on Canva. And I created this planner for moms. And trust me when I say that this isn't an ordinary planner. I was very, very intentional with this planner. And I wanted it to be functional for you. I wanted it to be practical, and I wanted it to be something that you would use daily. I didn't want it to just be like a calendar type planner and then like some spaces where you could put notes. I was really intentional about the contents of this planner, and I really just want this planner to be something that helps you in your motherhood journey, helps you to be more organized, helps you to plan. Because I'll say, for me and my experience, like, before I've gotten to this point today, to the joy that I am today, I lived a lot of my life like just winging it. Like, even with motherhood, like, even as being a mom, like, I never had a solid plan with anything. Things would pop up unexpectedly, and I did not have a plan to tackle it. I was always caught off guard by a lot of things, just due to my, I wouldn't even say lack of planning, it's just that I just didn't know any better. and planning wasn't something that I thought of in my mind. Like, making sure like to plan like time off, like time away from work, planning appointments, budgeting like my money and planning what I'm going to spend my money on instead of like thinking of it in my head. And then when the money comes, like I'm just spending. I'm just spending. And it didn't work out for me. So the last year I've really been like deep in my planning bag and making sure I have like a personal planner where I have things written out, stuff like that, but it's truly, truly been a lifesaver for me. So that was my intention with this planner for you mamas. I really wanted to be like you guys' lifesaver, so to speak. So I'm gonna stop talking. We gonna get into this planner. So, and if you're listening on Spotify, you can't see the planners. I'm gonna need you, if you're listening in your car and you can't watch video right now, that is fine. But once you can get to video, I need you to come to YouTube. Amen. And then come watch. Come watch so I can show you this planner. So this is the Empowered Mama Planner. You will not, when you get your copy, you will not have this band. This is the proof that I got from Amazon. So I'm just showing you guys the proof, but yours won't have this gray banner across it. But this is the Empower Mama Planner. It is a little bigger than your average planner because I did want you guys to have space to write. So write if you're a person who writes really big. I didn't want you to feel like cramped like in your writing and the space that you had. But this is the planner, y'all. This is what it looks like on the front cover. It's like a purple and gold cover. Probably can't tell because of the lighting, but it's purple and gold, and it is the Empowered Mama Planner for moms. So, and then the first page is my little mantra for the show. We all know motherhood can be a beautiful thing, but girl, it could also be ghetto. So that's the first page. And then the second page is a little love note to you guys, to you mamas. And it's from the heart. And I really hope that it resonates with you. I'm not going to read it on here because I want you to get the planner. Amen. So if the spirit moves you to get this planner, and you read the note, I hope that the message speaks to you. And yeah. So moving on, there is a goal tracker in the planner where you can track your goals for the year, like get an idea of what goals that you want to accomplish for the year, and there's space for you to write those goals out. And then also too, what's cool about this goal tracker is that there's space for you to write action steps. So it's one thing to have a goal, but it's another thing to have actionable steps behind that goal to make sure that you are doing what's necessary to reach the goal. Amen. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to put it closer to the camera so you can see the goal planner or goal tracker. And then the next two pages, I listed some budgeting tips and budgeting methods because, as you guys know, if you've listened to any of my previous episodes, I am on a financial wholeness, financial freedom type journey where I'm getting myself to a point where I'm not worried or stressed about money. So I've been using these budgeting methods and tips that I list here in the journal. So I wanted to share them with you all too. And it goes through the different types of budgeting methods like zero-based budgeting, which is what I use personally, the 50-30-20 rule, the envelope system, the pay yourself first method, priority-based budgeting method, 80-20 rule, line item budgeting, reverse budgeting, and then some key takeaways about budgeting and making it work for you. So those are those two pages. And then the next part of the journal has some self-care tips. So basically my goal purpose behind these tips is to be intentional about your self-care. because it's one thing just to self-care, right? Like, oh, you gotta fill up the cup you pour from. Yeah, that's all great. But the self-care has to be intentional and it has to be meaningful. Like if you're just taking a bubble bath just because you see everyone else on the internet taking a bubble bath and then you post a picture with your toes in this water talking about hashtag self-care, like are you really being intentional about that? Is that the type of self-care that you really want? And I'll just say like for me, for example, like bubble bath, like I don't like taking bubble baths. I prefer to take a shower, but I do like to, sit down and read. Like for me, like that's self-care. Like when I sit down, put my headphones on and I'm reading a book, or even self-care for me is making sure that I'm planning out my doctor's appointments. I'm planning out my preventative appointments, stuff like that. So these are just some tips to make sure that you are not only planning your self-care, but actually making sure that it's meaningful for you and what you have going on in your life. So that is that. So now, next part of the journal, there is, and I'm sorry, it's like the lighting is like blown out. So apologies if you can't see, but this basically is a space. I have written on the page, this is your space to define what happiness looks and feels like for you and your family. Come back here when you feel like you've lost your way or need a reminder of your why. So this is a full page of where you can list or write down your why. Like what's your goals, what's your purpose, what's your aspirations, like what do you want out of life? So this is that page to do that. And again, it's just all about being intentional about the milestones you set for yourself, the goals you set for yourself, and those actionable steps for you to be able to achieve those goals. And then it gets into the planner part. So the good thing about this planner is that it is undated. So you can pretty much buy it whenever throughout the year and start it whenever. It's a 12-month planner. And then so that's why like it's blank right here. You write the month. So wherever month you're starting, whenever you buy it and wherever you're starting, you can start point blank first page. So you put the month, and you guys know, I had to put the mom affirmations in here too. If you have a copy of the Motherhood is Ghetto self-care journal for mothers, which is also still available on Amazon, amen. It is a journal, but it also has mom affirmations in it. So I thought it would be cool to pick some of my favorite affirmations from the self-care journal and put them in the planner. So every month it's a new set of affirmations, mom affirmations that you could say to yourself or write down or, put it on your phone. And then at the start of every quarter, so pretty much every 90 days, there is a brain dump page in the journal where you can just get all of your ideas out for the month, anything that you need to keep top of mind, anything that you want to do for the next 90 days. Pretty much just like a brainstorm slash brain dump page. And again, this page comes up every 90 days in the planner. So, and it's got for gratitude, home, work, personal, and projects. Whatever ideas you have in those categories, this is where you dump it all out just to get it on paper so you don't forget. Okay, then next is the calendar. So we have the undated calendar. You can write in the month, the year, put in the numbers for the days of the week and stuff like that. And then also on the calendar page, it has a space for your goals for that month. And then also to a space to write down any self-care ideas that you have for yourself for the month, as well as a box to put some intentional actions or to list some intentional actions that you'll do to during the month to reach your goals. And then the next part of the next page of it next to your calendar is going to be a budget planner. The budget planner is just a tool for you to use so that way you can plan and budget your money for the month, plan your paychecks and what you're going to be spending on. It has a space to list your income and then the bills and their amounts. savings, if you put money away every paycheck or every other paycheck in savings to keep track of that. There's also an expense part. So bills and expenses are different. So bills are like, okay, so we know what bills are, right? This your utilities, your cable, your internet, your rent, all that good stuff. The stuff that's gonna happen every month, no matter what, is your bills. And your expense category is going to be like say if you get your nails done every month or you get your hair done. Also, if you have anything going on for the kids, like with sports, like say it's your turn this month to bring snacks or something like that. Groceries. So these are like all like the other expenses outside of bills that you would list here just to keep track. I'm gonna put this down for a moment so I can kind of explain the why behind the budget planner and kind of like my inspiration for that. So again, like I said, I've been on this financial wellness, financial freedom journey. And one thing that has really helped me throughout this last year was budgeting and planning my money. So, when you take a holistic look at your finances and you actually like go through your statements and see like what you're spending money on, and you're actually like got a calculator out and you're calculating it and adding up the numbers, you'll see very quickly where your money is going. And when I started this, I could not understand for the life of me why I never had any money. Like I couldn't understand why I was living paycheck to paycheck. Because in theory, when I added up all my bills and my rent and my expenses, in theory, I should have had money left over. Versus like what I have in bills and expenses versus what I bring home. I should have money left over. But it was just seeming like I never had any money left over. So I was like, okay, where is my money going? So I sat down and looked at, I just went over 1 month of bank statement and I went over the whole statement and I itemized all my transactions and I put them into categories. So one category was bills, one category was expenses, one category was food or like eating, well, not necessarily food because groceries, I categorize it under as an expense, but like eating out, like the times that I ate out, like or got lunch at work, or me and the kids got takeout, or we went to a restaurant. Anything that I purchased, like just miscellaneous, like Amazon purchases, stuff like that. And I quickly realized I didn't even get through the whole statement before I realized food is where my money goes. Eating out, vending machines at work, or buying lunch at work. That's where all my extra money was going. And I promise you, mamas, you may maybe listening to me and was like, yeah, right, like you don't spend that much like on no. Girl, I was spending so much money on food, just hungry. And I was like, this is where all my money is going. So I really need to come up with a plan for my spending when it comes to food and groceries. And I may just have to have some months where I just eat at home and just we got food at home. So, but that's just an example of how this budget planner can help, because once you can see like, okay, these are all my expenses, these are all my bills versus my income, what I'm making every month, this is how much I should have left over. And really sticking to it, like really sticking to that budget and sticking to it and making sure that when you do see that extra money, you have a plan for it also. So like if you say like at the end of after you pay your bills and stuff, you have $500 left over, having a plan for that money instead of letting it just sit in your account and then you start spending it and then you're back at square one waiting on your next paycheck. So that was kind of the inspiration of the purpose behind the planner, budget planner page, because I really want us as mamas, as women, we need to get our money together. It is definitely time to get our finances in order. Amen. And I'll be doing a separate episode about that and giving y'all some tips. I promise you, like I'm not a professional, so if you feel like you need to see like a professional money planner or financial aid, like please do that. But I just want to share the tips and stuff that I've done over the past year that has really, really helped me. And it's not nothing new or anything like that. Like you can Google it, but it's just things like I've done, and I just want to share with you all because it's 2025. Shit's hitting the fan, amen, and we need to have our pocketbooks together. As women, as moms, raising kids in the society today, everything, the price of everything is going up. We just need to get our money together. Um, but I digress. That's going to be the next episode. So let's continue on in the planner. So next, after that, there's just sheets that break down the weeks in the month. So if you like to use your planner, like where you can plan out the whole week, there's space for you to do that Monday to Monday every week. And so there's pages for that, and there's a little space for notes. And then after the weekly part of the planner, there is space for you to journal. So it's just lined space for you to write down any reflections, all that good stuff. And basically, that's how the planner repeats for all 12 months. It has the mom affirmations, the calendar, and then the budget planner for the month. And then again, like I said, every 90 days, you'll see that brain dump page where you can do that. So that's pretty much it, just repeats for 12 months. And then you go through it just like a regular calendar planner. Here's another brain dump page. So every 90 days, you'll see one. And so but wait, there's more. So once you get to the end of the planner, so once you're at the end of your 12 months, actually, you don't even have to wait till the end of the 12 months. I put a little bit of extra goodies at the back of the planner, and you can use these all year long. So basically, and I'm so excited about this, y'all. So at the back of the planner, there are savings and self-care challenges, y'all. So these are basically like little like monthly, weekly challenges you can do to make sure your money is right and you're taking care of yourself. Amen. So the first challenge is a 30-day challenge to save $200. So in each box, there's a dollar amount, and every day, whatever box you're on, you save that amount of money. And the goal and the purpose of this is to save the money somewhere where like you don't have immediate access. So if you're saving it in a savings account or a high yield savings account, just somewhere where like you can't easily get to the money and spend it. Like if you want to save it in cash, that's okay too. But just make sure like you have a method of actually saving the money and not like going to it and spending from it. But this is a 30-day challenge, and this is just something to start off simple. And if you're not one or used to saving money or saving money daily or weekly, then this small challenge is helpful. The amounts on in the boxes are small. So like there's a dollar box, there's a couple dollar boxes, $2 boxes. And the goal is at the end of 30 days, you will have saved $200. So that's the first challenge. And then the next challenge is a self-care challenge. It's another 30-day challenge. And just every day you just do one of the challenges in the box. And when you do it, you mark it off. And it's just to hold yourself accountable and make sure you're taking care of yourself. Because one thing that I've learned in the last few years is that like having health, like being healthy, being able to like do the things on this list, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. And I thank God every day that I have my health and I'm able to stand up, walk, talk, use my hands, my legs, my feet. Like I'm so grateful. So as moms, as women, we really need to prioritize our self-care. And like I said, it goes beyond taking bubble baths or spending money on bullshit we don't need. That'll just make us feel good in the moment. Um, it's truly about taking care of yourself from the inside out. So this is a self-care challenge. And just some examples, take a 10-minute walk outside. Practice deep breathing for 5 minutes. Drink a glass of water. Water is so underrated, y'all. Drinking a glass, like, just take care of yourself is the main goal. The next page is another savings challenge. It's save $5 a day. So every day you just put away $5. And it can go towards whatever you need it to. If you're putting away money for Christmas, if you're putting away money for a vacation, to go shopping for yourself for your birthday, whatever it is, you can use any of these money challenges for. And it's just a fun way to save money and keep yourself accountable. On the next page, there is a 30 days of fun activities. So these are activities you could do with your babies, or if you don't have any kids or you're planning to have kids, like it's just fun activities that you can do with friends or with your partner, your siblings, whatever. It's just a 30 days of fun activities. Again, just making sure that we are doing the things and being intentional with our families and with ourselves. And the next page is a weekly savings for a year. So with this challenge, it is $10,000 in 52 weeks. $10,000 in 52 weeks. So in a year, if you follow this and put away these amounts in each little money block every week, by the end of the year, you will have $10,000. So just saying. And then, like I said, when you do these challenges, you want to make sure that you're putting the money somewhere where you don't have readily, like, you're not able to access it readily. Of course, if emergencies happen and like you absolutely need it, like, of course, but also too, you want to make sure you have a emergency fund for emergencies. So next page is a 100 days challenge, and you'll see that this is just blank. It just has 1 through 100. This is a challenge that you can customize. So whatever you challenge yourself to do for 100 days, this is a page for you to do that. So you put your start date, what your goal is, and what your reward will be after that 100 days. So if you want to do 100 days of eating clean or eating healthy, 100 days of reading for 30 minutes, 100 days of walking outside, like whatever it is, this is your customized challenge page, whatever challenge you want to set for yourself. And then the next page is a no spend challenge. So basically how you use this, it's a 31-day no spend challenge. And no spend days are where you don't spend any money outside of your normal monthly bills or expenses. So each day you spend $0, you mark the space in black. And each day you do spend, you mark the space in green. So spend days include eating out. So if you go out to a restaurant or you buy lunch for work or you buy lunch at work, you get coffee, Starbucks, whatever. You take yourself shopping, go buy clothes, anything that's outside of your normal monthly expenses. Order stuff from Amazon and it's not part of your normal monthly expenses, then that's a spend day. So you keep track of all the days that you don't spend any extra money, and you do it with this. So like I said, and then you'll see at the end however many days you had in the black where you didn't spend any money, and then how many days that you had in the green where you did spend money, and you could kind of see like your spending habits with this challenge. So I thought that this challenge was pretty cool too, especially like I said, if you're just starting with trying to save and all that good stuff, it's really helpful. And then the next challenge is a 30-day health challenge. So this one is just 30 days of mindful, healthy things to do throughout the month. And then there is a rainy day savings challenge. So this is $1,000 savings for emergency. So once you fill up or save all these numbers, you can do it daily or weekly, whatever you want. By the time you get to the end of this page, you will have saved $1,000. So just some fun, some stuff to start saving and to take care of yourself. And then the last page is a digital detox bingo. So this is a bingo card to detox yourself and get up off them phones, get away from the screen, and just do some stuff to detox yourself from digital internet media type stuff. So there's read a book, exercise, journal, cook a new recipe, meditate, spend time in nature. Couple of things on here to do just to get away from the screen and take your mind off of what's going on with everyone else on the internet and focus on yourself. And that is it, mamas. That is the planner, the Empowered Mama Planner for moms. Again, I'm so excited about this planner. I'm so excited for just I'm proud of me. And like I mentioned in my last episode, this planner is a little bit more pricier than the actual journal is. And it's because I did want it to be bigger because I wanted you guys to have space to write. And I don't want you to feel like constricted or cramped when you're writing. Also, too, I wanted I wanted the pages to be in color, so I didn't want just black and white. So, and then I also wanted it to be a hardbound planner. So it's a hardcover. It's not a paper cover or anything. So it's just like a book. So it's basically like a book. The size of it is like eight by it's like a size of paper. So if you have like a small backpack or something like that, or a regular backpack, it fits in there well. So you can carry it around with you, or you could leave it at the house and just plan out your months, your weeks, your year, your days, all with this. So hopefully you'll find this as like an all-in-one type of planner that you can use for everything. So you don't have to switch between different planners and stuff like that. You could just use this one planner. But that's it. This is it. And this was a labor of love because I love y'all and I appreciate the amount of support that you guys give me, give this podcast. And I just thought this was important. This was important to make. This is important to get to you all. And I'll be transparent. I'm not making a whole lot of scratch off these planners. Amen. Because Amazon is Amazon at the end of the day. So I don't make a whole lot of money on this, but at the end of the day, I don't even care. I don't even care how much money I get from selling these planners because this was really just a gift from me to you because I really want to see you succeed and I really want to see you win. And I just know that I share a lot of the same experiences with you all as being a woman and being a mom, and just something as simple as using a planner, journaling, like keeping track of your expenses, taking time for yourself, doing self-care routines, self-care work. It's changed my life. Like, it's just, my life has done a complete one. Like, when I look back, like, I'm proud to say, like, I'm not the same woman that I was, like, before I started this journey, like, with just being more intentional with the things that I do and what I do in my day and how I live my life. And I really think that planning and journaling and keeping track of my money and my finances and being smart about the decisions that I make about my time and my money and my health and my wealth, like it's all played a part. And I just want to share it with you all in any way that I can. So, and we'll talk about it more on the podcast as we go on, but I'm so proud of this, y'all. And if the spirit moves you to purchase a copy, it is linked. It'll be linked down in the subscription. It's been a long time since I've been on YouTube, y'all, so I gotta get back with the lingo. It's been a long time, but it'll be linked in the description box. Also, too, it'll be linked in the podcast show notes. So if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Music, the link to the planner will be in the show notes. And both the planner and the self-care journal for mothers is available. So they're both on there online. So if you want to get both, you can get both. If you want to get one, They're both on there, but I truly appreciate you guys' support. And also too, I appreciate you rocking with me on this new journey of video podcasting. Amen. So I hope you subscribe to the channel. Um, I don't know. I honestly don't feel like the most fascinating person, but I'm here just giving y'all what I got, and hopefully you get some value out of it. Hopefully we can be friends. So with that being said, I'm gonna land the plane here. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, share this with anyone who you may think would find it helpful. Also, you can follow me. I am on Instagram at motherhood_ghetto. Please feel free to DM me if you have any ideas about motherhood, anything you want to share about motherhood, or any topics you'd like me to cover. In regards to motherhood, I'm open. I'm here for y'all, whatever y'all need. And yeah, and again, if the spirit moves you and you want to grab a planner or a journal, they are available on Amazon. All links will be linked in the description and in show notes. And you can continue to listen to me on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that. None of that's going away. Only difference is that I am on YouTube now also. So make sure to subscribe to the channel. And until next time, mamas.